On today's episode of Boss Hoss, we have a 60-inch Key Largo 5-footer. Antique brass finish with oak blades here with the traditional notched edge blade that Key Largo like to use. Definitely quite an interesting piece here, to say the least. These were manufactured by Saff Enterprise, likely in the mid to late 80s, sometime around 1985, 1986, if I were to guess. Coming on top here, we got the standard affair Key Largo sloped bell canopy. It's a two-piece canopy that can be sloped for slope ceilings. Mounting system inside is a ball socket mount. Right there is the main information tag there on the top. As you can see, the motor housing on this fan is very large, roughly just under 16 inches in diameter. The light on the fan was on the fan when I got it, but I think it was a little bit newer than the fan itself is. Motor inside is a 188 by 12, which was Saff Enterprise standard affair 52-inch fan motor of this time period. Blade pitch on this fan is around 8 degrees, very shallow, to counteract for the large blade span. So yeah, the 5-footer, definitely not a very common fan. You don't really see these all that often. I'm not 100% sure if this fan is actually called the 5-footer. This is going off an old Key Largo ad that I've seen online years ago. That catalog that I seen didn't really show any kind of actual pictures of the fans. What Key Largo did was they did a pencil sketch of each fan in certain rooms. So they didn't really show you the actual product. But chances are they might have been, that ad was from the older days of Key Largo, from the early 80s, back when they made high-end stuff to compete with Casablanca, Fasco, Emerson, and such. Use stack motors and such. So I'm not sure if this was also called the 5-footer. I've heard these also being called the Magnum. Also heard that Catalina Lining also made a fan just like this, and that might have been called the Magnum. This might have been the 5-footer. But chances are this is a Key Largo fan, judging by its characteristics. So we'll go ahead and start the light up here. Just a standard on and off light, no three-way switch. This fan definitely looks better with this kind of giant light kit on it. It helps balance things out proportionally. And we'll start it up here on low. Being a Saff Enterprise product, the build quality is definitely lackluster. Why Key Largo outsourced to Saff is anyone's guess. They definitely were quite a downgrade from their high-end stuff of the early 80s. So it has its typical motor hum, which all these Saff Enterprise fans seem to have. Fairly fast low speed here for a 60-inch fan. Go to medium. These blades are warped. I'm sure the brackets are a little droopy from the extra long blades here. Has a little bit of the Huntington effect. So it contributes to a wobble. Motor's making some funny sounding harmonics here on medium speed as well. The bearings are dry. They do make scratching, whirring sound as well from just general wear and tear. Clanging sound you hear as the chain fobs banging off the light. And high. So high speed surprisingly is a lot faster than I anticipated on this fan. The motor tag on the top states that it's only has a 145 RPM high speed. Right here we're doing around 160, 165. With its shallow blade pitch, I mean, its performance, it's there, but not the best. Nothing impressive at all for its size. Like I said, I'm just surprised at how fast it actually does go. I figured this thing would be quite a slouch. But it does okay. Turn the light back on here. And that's all I got for this one. So thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed the video on this 50 or 60 inch antique brass Key Largo 5-footer manufactured by Saff Enterprise in the mid to late 1980s. Stay cool. Thanks for watching. Peace.